everybody, this is Ava Shirley with MyBrainyMess. I don't know how many times I have video record this, trying to get this uploaded and trying to learn how to do all this techie stuff, and it's about to drive me crazy. I've been doing this all day long, but I think I figured it out. Let's hope so. If not, it will get deleted and we'll get started again and try another way. But anyway, I have a couple of books that I'm going to be posting up in my Etsy store, and I wanted to share with you. And then I want to share with you a book that I hope to video through the whole journaling process of making this particular journal. The first one I have to show you is it's a little cooking recipe book, and it was inspired by Brooke, the bookmaker. I think you can go look her up, and she does a lot of these, and I thought it was so cute, so I thought I would try. And so anyway, I got an old book cover that I decided to refurbish and make it into a video. Hold on a minute. All right, Barbie. Okay, Gumbo, get out of your bed. Barbie, get in your bed. Go on. Lay down. Lay down. All right. Excuse me, I have a fight going on between my dog and my cat. Who gets what bed? It's ridiculous. I apologize for that interruption. You'll probably hear me fuss at them during my videos because they just constantly are at my feet getting into something or fighting over the bed. Anyway, Barbie's my dog, Gumbo's my cat. Anyway, I covered this with some little checkered paper, which I thought was perfect for a kitchen book. And I have a little thrift store that I go to quite regularly, and found some fabric with some canning jar images on it. I thought it was real cute, so I thought it would be perfect to put as a binder seam on a flap on the side. And I just thought that was cute. And then I put one on the front and with a little bit of what do you call that stuff? Cheesecloth and ribbon and lace and anyway. I kind of took apart a cookbook that I was involved in when I was in an American Women's Association, Business Women's Association, and so my recipe was also in there, but it's not in this book. But there are some recipes of the book, and I took the tabs out of it. I kind of cheated a little bit, but they were so cute I couldn't help it. So anyway, to start off, I opened it up and found some real pretty little black and white papers I thought would go good with this. And in that book there was some cooking tips, and so I cut them out and made little tag cards for it. And then the first step is the appetizers and beverages, and I found some cute little cappuccino and coffee recipes that I thought would be cute in here. And there's a little woman dancing around, and I just made a little pocket. And then in the inside of each section, I've made some envelopes that you can place your recipes in, and some little extra little cards placed in there as well. It does not take any index cards unless you cut them to make them fit, but this will at least give you a template of how to get that in there and to use. Or you can just fold up, any kind of paper clipping and put it in there. This one is the breads and the rolls, and there's some tips for baking breads that I thought I would include. And then there's some scrap paper I embellished on the back of it. You could do whatever notes you need to make. And then again, your envelopes for each of your recipes. And then you have your salad, your soups and salads, and again with a little pocket. And I did include some kind of soup recipes and salad recipes that was in that book. I thought would be fun to have. and some more pages to put those recipes in. Then we've got vegetables and side dishes, and also there is some tips about vegetables and fruits I thought would be cute to put in that section. And again, your envelopes for your recipes. And then you've got your main dishes. Well, I didn't have anything about meats, but I did have something about herbs and spices that would probably tells you what goes in what meats, and I thought it would be helpful to tell you a little bit about the herbs and spices that y'all cook with. And then again, your recipe card folders. And then we got cookies and candy, and boy, don't we love cookies and candy. And I included some cookies and candy recipes in the little folder. Then we got baking desserts, or just desserts in general, and there's some baking tools and tips, and just covered it in the back. You can make notes on. And then there's one called This and That's, and I put in some recipes for like homemade cleaning powders, jello shots, face paint, marinades, silly putty, soap crayons, and Play-Doh. I thought that would be kind of fun to include those little recipes. That was from that book. And then at the end, I had found a napkin kit to help you fold napkins, and I thought that would be kind of fun for everybody. I'm having problems with this. I may have to put a different ribbon on here because it's not staying on for some reason. I don't know why. Well, anyway, there we go. So that's that book, and this is the recipe book. The a recipe book journal to put recipes in. Okay. Next, I guess I'm getting in the cooking spirit. I don't know why. I don't cook. My husband cooks, and the only reason why he cooks is because he's retired and he has taken on that chore for me, which is exciting to me. I really don't like to cook during the week. I don't mind so much on weekends. Like on Sundays, I'll try to cook, but I've done it all my life for a long time now, and I've pretty much gotten tired of it. But every once in a while, I get in there and cook. Anyway, on eBay, I had found some vintage recipes from a lady, I guess from an estate sale, and I bid it on and got, and there was just hundreds and hundreds of recipes and clippings and just really neat stuff in that box of recipes. So I really enjoyed going through that. So I decided to make a cover out of some of these recipes, and as you can see, the old Borden's Eagle brand, and some things you'll probably recognize. And I backed it with some of my digital prints, which I'm going to be putting on Etsy. And I just sewed all around it and Mod Podged it to kind of give it a shiny, leathery look. And then I did also on the inside of the book with the same type of clippings and recipe stuff also that was included in that particular stuff. And then here's a little pocket with some little coffee dyed papers that you can put your secret recipe maybe, but you don't want anybody to see. And then I made this little, I guess, booklet with a bunch of papers in it, so you can make notes and recipes and stuff like that to go in this particular pocket. Here a while back, also on eBay, I found a daily ledger, vintage daily ledger book that had some old recipes, and this book was dated 1914. So there was some really neat stuff in there, and the pages were all worn and tattered and faded, and the print faded on the other pages that made it really look cool. You'll see some of that in here. I've made some ribbon washi tape out of two-sided tape, and just taped it on there. And this is also part of my digital kits I have on Etsy. And just some coffee dyed papers, and again some more of the washi ribbon, some more of my digital. This was a recipe that was also in that 1914 ledger for elderberry wine. So this isn't the original, but this is a copy of it. So I figured I'd put it in there. And see, this is only a copy as well, but you can see some of the little markings. Looks like there's somebody that wrote a recipe here, but it didn't quite show up. It was done in pencil, so it kind of faded away. But there's some other stuff on it. And some more papers, coffee dyed papers, and some written originals. This was dated in 1988 of some appetizers that some lady was writing down. She wrote down a lot of recipes. And in that session there was some recipe cards I thought would be fun to put in here. How about some beignets? Hey, who doesn't like beignets? And how about just old-fashioned sky-high biscuits? Yum. I'm going to get hungry here in a minute. And some old-fashioned beef stew. And they also had, you know, some index cards, all vintaged around. They were old and tattered, and you can tell they've been well used. And this is for an apple nut cake. Another little pocket that you could put something in. Again, this one was an old envelope that had a recipe on it, which I thought was kind of cool, but it was about to fall apart, so I had to back it with something to keep it from falling apart. These are originals. Some of this stuff is actually originals out of the batch of stuff that I got. I love this. Look how neat that card is. It's just real old paper, and you can tell it's been used. And that's also an original. And this is just a card that I made myself, doing some little collage work. Recognize old gold medals recipes on the back. Here's a recipe for snickerdoodles. Did you know, do y'all know how old Toll House cookies are? I didn't realize it, but this was in that 1914 book. Now, I don't know if the actual recipes are from 1914 or somebody had the book and was using that 1914 book, but Toll House cookies recipe was in there, and I thought that was kind of interesting. And as you can, this is not the original, it's just a copy, and you can see that they had pasted some articles in there, and it just crumbled away. I mean, you literally were flaking off pieces of paper in the original. Turtle cake. This is one of my digital pieces, collage pieces that I've done, which I will also have in Etsy. This is another one of my collage pieces. There's another piece of that vintage paper that, as you can see, you know, the print has, the paper image has kind of filtered into the paper, which is kind of cool. There's some more vintage recipes. I thought I had two of them. Yeah, there we go. There's two more recipes. We have Caro pecan pie out of a McCall's magazine, it looks like, and a chess pie. Yum. Done in 1993. That was dated. Some neat stuff in that stuff that I got. I just enjoyed going through it so much. again, some more of that ledger. It's the Toll House cookies again. It looks like I did it twice. And some more of my washi ribbon. And some recipe pages. And these little trims is from Gail Augustinali's her Etsy shop called Cinnamon Tea. You may want to go and get some of that. She's got some beautiful stuff over there. And this is one of my little card pieces that I just thought would be cute to be just paste in there. And some more recipes and recipes. And some more of Gail's trim. And some more of my digital stuff. And this is a card I did, and I just pasted it in there. Some more of Gail's trims. Some more of Gail's trim. Some more of my digital prints. And my washi ribbon. Those are fun to make. And then some more vintage recipes that I just kind of trimmed with some little bit of fabric to kind of give them a fun look. And basically that is it on that part. I just thought it turned out really cute, and I'm going to be placing this one on my Etsy shop. So if anybody's interested, go on there and give it a buy. Okay, now this one is mine. I am going to do another one to put in the Etsy shop, but I did this one specifically for myself because I do like wines, and I want to kind of keep track of the wines I drink and the wines I like and don't like. And I go to Fredericksburg, Texas, which is wine country out in that area. And every time we go, we try to visit, first off, our favorite wineries, and then we go and try to find other wineries that I enjoy trying to check out. I thought this was kind of cool. First off, I had a wine book, and I've taken a lot of the images off of it and kind of collaged my little piece here. This was some scrapbook paper of different types of woods and grains, and they had this image, and I thought, oh, but that looks almost like wine barrels, so I put that in there. I thought that was so pretty. And of course I have some charms that I got, I think from, what's that shop? Can't remember it. Rhapsody? Is it, Anyway, it's got some grapes and a little wine glass and a little barrel. I just think those are so cute. I love charms. I love putting those in the books. And I found a place to where you can buy labels, wine labels, and so I just thought they'd make some really cute journaling cards, and some little wine glasses that I found in the book that I had for years sitting on my coffee table, and finally cut it up and decided to make some use out of it. This particular, this is a winery that I have actually visited. I visited at Christmas time. My husband and I went for before Christmas, and it's a really good wine, and really enjoyed it. Or did I? No, I take that back. That was Easter weekend, and it was a red wine that I really liked. And this is a copy of the bottle, picture of the bottle. I actually made a bottle photo and put it in there, and this was the little brochure that we got about the bottle. And I didn't put that particular wine on it. I mostly just wanted the picture and the winery, about the winery on there. And that was a good bottle of wine. I really enjoyed that. And then just some little pockets. And this was another winery we went to. It was a bunch of wines from Israel. And it was really kind of cool the way they had some of their wine I wish I had some of it, that told about some of the wines, the name of the, like Miracle Reserve Dry Wine. Each one had something to do with the Israel names, and it was pretty cool. So I kind of made a little tag out of it. And we also went to Lukenbach, and I got me some little wine jewels for wine glasses. I thought would be kind of fun in here. But this is about the wine too. This wine, Richard and I actually like together, my husband. He and I usually, he didn't like wine usually, but he and I found this one that we like together. It hasn't been opened yet, but it one day we'll open it together and drink it. I haven't opened this one yet. I still have this bottle of wine. I haven't opened it yet. And then that's about it for my journey at the wine country this past Easter. And just, so the rest of the pages are blank. I just made this. Oh, I did get some wine from that last Christmas. This is the one, and it was good wine. They had a couple of good wines that were really good. And a lot of Gail's trims are in here. This is from the book. I love that image, so I had to put that in there. This is also a good wine I like. I like their Zinfandels. They're pretty good, and you can buy them just at the local grocery store. And just little stuff to try to make it feel winery. Again, this looks like one of the wine barrels. I've got 2 signatures in here, and I hope someday to fill it up, but that's what I'm going to use this for, is all my different wines. And then I think I'm going to do another one so I can put in my Etsy shop, and I think I'm going to try to film the process. Never done that before, so it'll be interesting. I've always put finished stuff on on video. Never actually done a project. Again, this is Gail's image. A Gail image. You can also get some of these on Gail's shop too, the little envelope images. Thought that was kind of cool. I like this magazine. It feels good. You can get different magazines in Fredericksburg, and so I loved the image on this, so I grabbed it up. Thought it'd be fun. And I also got some Edith Holden pages. Thought I'd put in here. I just loved her work. It's getting harder and harder to find. This lady actually was by the page, so it was kind of expensive, but I had to say I had some Edith Holden pages. And some wineries that I found in a book. And just some different pages, just all kinds of pages to fill up with wine stuff. I put, I think, grapes. I think I found grapes in here somewhere, yeah. Or maybe not. Anyway, that was my attempt, I think. Probably in here on that page somewhere. Anyway, that is my wine book. And I hope y'all are interested in getting another, doing another one, and putting it on Facebook. Another Edith Holden page. And the back of this is covered with a pillowcase cover. I just love that. I thought it would just be perfect for this particular book, and it did turn out perfect on it. So anyway, so that's it, and I thank you for letting me share, and y'all have a blessed evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.